Hello everyone, this is Jen with Dreams Etc. And I had a few requests to speak in my upcoming videos. So I'm going to not do the music so much with this video, and here I am. Anyway, the book that I'm going to share with you is a Harry Potter book that I just finished. This was one that my mom had started. I had done a previous video of a few Harry Potter books that we had started to work on, and then I had some requests to do Harry Potter themed journals. So I had taken the one that my mom had started because I was short on time, and I just added a lot to it. Okay, so the front cover, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the last video, but what my mom had done is she had printed on canvas paper. She has a HP laser printer. I have one as well. In fact, I just purchased another one. We love them. I think the model, the old model was, I think it was like M25NW, I think was the model number, and the one I had just bought is the LaserJet Pro M452DW laser printer, which I love. Excellent printers, and then we just get our toners from Amazon. We get the remanufactured toners, which 5 of them run about $70–$80. So, and you can print hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of color quality, high quality images from them. So I thought I would mention that because I have a lot of people ask. And then on this side here, this is still kind of drying. You can see the glue there hasn't completely dried, but this is one of those metal embellishments from Prima Marketing, and I will be carrying these on my site. They're just beautiful, and I'm going to get a nice little close-up there. So I added that to the side of the spine. This book, it, like anything I create, it just exploded. It is huge, and I will probably put some sort of closure there to just kind of help keep it closed a little better, because right now it's very chunky and it kind of pops up. Alright, so on the inside here, I just used the Tim Holtz, I think it's the Stain and Splatter stencil, which is one of my favorite stencils. I use it a lot. So it's just one of the lined papers from the collection. And there's the back side. And then here's one of the ephemera cards. This book, oh my gosh, I think I could have spent another month on it. I don't know when to stop. It's Harry Potter too, so you know, there's just so much to Harry Potter. Okay, this is one of the ephemera cards as well. It's one of the spell cards that I created, and it just says Griffin, and then down here door, Gryffindor, get it? Magically locks doors, and it's got a griffin image. And then there's a little tag up above with one of the ephemera cards from the collection as well. And then on this page, it was just a black and white illustration, a public domain image that my mom had already had in here. So I used these, what I did here is I used these, grab them, they're these hobby color markers, and they're very reasonable. I got them at Tuesday Morning. I think they end up being about $1 a piece per marker, maybe even less than that. And the colors that I loved for this primarily was the sandstone, and then I also used the distress markers, these, and I used them in the teal, purple, and this orange color, and then just used one of these Tim Holtz brushes where you add the water in, and I just kind of would rub the distress marker on and then quickly go over it with some water just to kind of blend it a little bit. And one of the other pens that I love that I would outline everything with in black is this, one of my absolute favorite pens, and it's the brush Faber-Castell, one of the Pitt markers. And another one that I love is the Tombow brush markers, brush liners as well. These two pens I use a ton. I love these. And then of course the brush with the water in it, because I can go in and just watercolor effect your distress stains, or sometimes I add in acrylics. I did highlight everything there with white acrylic, which I will show you here so you can kind of see. And then this is one of the papers from the collection as well, and I used tracing paper to print this. I did have to tape it down to some sturdier paper so it wouldn't jam in my printer, but I loved the texture. I love using all different textures of paper. And this is another question that I get a lot, is what papers do I use? So this is tracing paper, and then I use like just some craft paper right here, which you can get at Joann's or Michael's. I use the 110 white pound cardstock quite a bit, and then I used the I think it's Nia's vellum paper, which you can get from Amazon, and that's, I think, a 65 pound weight paper. So I use all different sorts of weights when I create these journals. Okay, this I had a little owl stencil that I found. I was so happy that I found this. I got it at Michael's, and it was perfect for creating the theme that I was going with the whole owl post theme here. And then these were just some sticky notes. I got these at Walmart. Loved them. These little airmail sticky notes. And then I just distressed them and stamped up the confidential and airmail on there. Tags. And then one of the Tim Holtz metal embellishments. And then I created the wax seals. I had, when I was in Universal Studios, I stopped at, I think it was a Scribbles store that they had there, and I got the Gryffindor and Hogwarts. I think those were the two wax seals. So I was thrilled that I was able to find those there and create my wax seals with those. And then just some stamping. Like I said, I use my London stamp. I think you guys have seen that in a lot of what I do. My postcard stamp, I use those a ton. And the owl stamp, I got that, boy, I think it was on clearance, either at Hobby Lobby or, I think I got it at Hobby Lobby is where I got that one. And then, here is one of the lined papers with the owl post, along with another owl post ephemera card. I'm trying to hurry and do this video because this was supposed to be in the mail like 2 days ago. Actually, it was supposed to be in the mail over a week ago, but I kept adding to it. I couldn't stop. Seriously, I needed like Harry Potter rehab or something. And then this is just one of the ephemera cards that my mom already had in the journal, and I got these Arrow paper clips from Hobby Lobby. I think it was the Paper Studio brand. And I had so much fun. Well, as I do with all the digital collections that I create, this one I had a ton of fun with. I would sit and watch Harry Potter while I was working on these journals. I just had a leftover piece of trim and a little bling there that I added, and on the back here, this is one of the ephemera cards that I created. I thought it'd be neat to do a clock and put the 9 3/4 in the clock. And there's another part of the card that I cut out onto the back side of a bag, which was already in the book. My mom had this originally, and so I just added in the papers and the envelope with the stamp. Just shows, I think it was a mixed potion sheet there with a wand, and then on the back side I had some copper paper, and I just ran it through an embossing folder to create the embossed effect there. I think it was the, let's see if I can find it, Version Splendor. And I love the look of this embossing folder. And then on this page, this is another page from the collection, and again I just printed on tissue paper for that different texture there. And then a lot of this, my mom, she already had all this in the book, so it was already pretty done there. I didn't add a lot to it. Here is another one of the papers from the collection. I love the feel of the tracing paper. It reminds me of some of those really old books. Right in the beginning of the book, they had the real thin, like, papers in there. And so I wanted to add that to keep it the, really kind of old and still vintage looking, even though we're talking Harry Potter. And this was one, again, a page that my mom had already had in the book. This is from the collection. And the lined papers. And then, of course, left some blanks so she could add in photos or more journaling. And then I had a stamp there, and I got these stickers from Hobby Lobby. They were London themed stickers. And then I just used the Distress ink to stain the craft paper in the background there. Oops. Okay, so this is what you would get in the collection. Now this guy, I had found a cabinet card. It was from, I don't know, the late 1800s. And this kid already had the glasses and everything, but he was cross-eyed. So I uncrossed his eyes, and I thought, oh my gosh, he's like, this is where I got him from. It was from an old cabinet card. This page, just some leftover trim that I had, and then a little envelope, coin envelope, and then a Harry Potter card that my mom already had in there. This is one of the, and I printed it on this gold paper, which you can get at Hobby Lobby. And there's another one of those tissue papers, which I had already shown, and it's just inside one of those sleeve protectors. And these my mom had already sewn in the book, so they're great. In fact, I'll probably use them, add them into the other book that I'm making. Okay, and this is my illustration of Weasley here. He took me a while to do. Get a close up there. I had so much trouble with his eyes, but anyway, this is my version. of Weasley. And then here is one of the ephemera cards. Here's my Quibbler. I called it the Quibble-er. And I had so much fun making him. And I did 3D, Technicolor, Magic. And then on the side there you see a wizard, and then Quid, and then Ditch. And then another paper from the collection. And this I printed on the tracing paper as well. And then here's another one from the collection. And one of the little Hogwarts stamps that I got from Universal Studios. Loved those. Okay, this page, right here, I was trying to kind of give the look of the trunk, kind of a trunk look, was my thought. And then I just created this flap, and it holds one of the papers inside. This is just some trim from one of the papers and ribbon, and then some washi tape and these little fleur-de-lis embellishments that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then I used the Tim Holtz stencil here with Distress ink. And then this card was one my mom already had in the book, so that did not come with the collection, that 9 3/4. And then I just, same as this was already one that my mom had got from somewhere. So this also is not with the collection. The London card is part of the Wizard World collection. And here's the different types of wands. And then this is just a card that I stamped. And here's a little postcard. Here's another one of the envelopes in here. And then some of this, like I said to my mom, this is stuff that was already stitched in the book. This is just the little outpost guy that I fussy cut, and then I added one of those sticky note, glued him on over that and stamped the airmail. Added an envelope. I wish I could get a better view here. So there's a close-up of him. Another one of the lined pages from the collection. I used my crocodile punch and then ran some string through and then just rolled up one of the tissue paper papers and tied it there. Here's another one of the spell cards that come in the kit. And then one of the Tim Holtz embellishments. Middle embellishment says oddities. And then this is one of the LeBlanc stamps. I did sell out of it. I don't have any more available, but it worked out perfectly for this book. And then a gold feather that I got from Hobby Lobby. Here's another one of the lined papers that comes in the kit. And just made some tags. This is an envelope, one of the gold feathers, a little bit of the sticky crystals down here. And I used one of the edge dies from Tim Holtz to create that little pocket there. And I put also accepted at Gringotts. And then this is one of the Gringotts stamps that I got from Universal Studios. This is my version. I put a griffin on top of a tilted bank that actually exists in London, and then I just took and made it kind of one of those wonky buildings, and that's my version of Gringotts. And then on this page, I tried to give the illusion of Diagon Alley, and this says knock and turn alley. That I have a hand knocking and a hand turning on a knob. And then this is one of the Griffin spell cards and one of the envelopes. I showed you this paper. Here's another one of the spell cards that comes in the collection on vellum paper. And I don't know, for some reason it didn't print out too well, but it kind of gave it kind of a neat look. And then here is one of the cards. I did wizard's hat, one candy corn hat. And then this one says cockroach clusters, crispy and crunchy. And it's got a chocolate cockroach, quite gross. And my version of chocolate frogs. And then this is also in the ephemera kit. It says we must all face the choice, that which is sweet or not so sweet, which do you choose? And then these are just all stencils that I used on the back of the cards. Here's one of the papers from the collection. So we got some magic jumping beans, and we got butterbeer, charcoal, blueberry, bubblegum, licorice, cinnamon. I think I put in like chocolate frog, a deviled egg. Ooh, yeah. So had some fun with those. And then here I just added in some of the tulle, one of the labels that comes in the ephemera kit, and this charm that I found at, I think it was Michael's. They were on clearance. It was an H, and so I mean, I guess that could stand for Honeyduke or Harry or whatever. Acid Pop card. And this is chocolate cordial slugs. a little slug coming out of a chocolate. It makes everything go in slow motion. So those come in the ephemera kit as well. And then just a stenciled envelope here that I did. And I got these gold foil bags at Hobby Lobby. Some of the washi tape. Got this washi tape at Michael's, the Recollections brand. And here's more cards. Earwax, Creases Hearing, 300%. Chocolate frog and a gummy bear. And again, I'll be changing this, so in the collection you won't see this. I believe how much he looked like Harry Potter. It was kind of eerie. And there's Dobby. I took, again, with the those Hobbycraft markers, used those in white acrylics to highlight, and then just a stamp. It was just a black and white image my mom had in this book printed out already, and so I just took and added some color to them. Here's my version of Dobby. It's just kind of peeking through. And then one of the Tim Holtz pocket watch bezels. And then these papers come in the collection, so I did two different sizes. This was a larger size, and then this was a small size. Just kind of gives that illusion of the staircase continuing there with all the picture frames. The bus says, "Beyond Your Imagination." This comes in the collection as well, the unicorn and the Pegasus Flying Charm card. And I just took and folded this part of the card back. So this is the Wingardium Liftorium bead spell card. And then I have these little bag of beads here. And this is the Lionorphus bead spell card. And the Unicorpus bead spell card. Here's my pixie that I did up there. All right, let's see. So I was really happy with how my little pixie turned out. That's in the collection. And this is another black and white image that my mom already had stitched in the book, where I took those Hobbycraft markers and the white acrylic paint. I can't even hold this book, it's so big. And then I just had this stamp down here. Some of this, like this unicorn card and this quote, are not in the collection. This was already stitched in the book that my mom had done. But this unicorn page is in the collection. And there's a bigger picture of the pixie, and I used these on the wings. I don't know if you can see them there. I used these stickers that I got at Michael's. They were butterfly stickers. Or no. I take that back. I got them at Walmart. they were these butterfly applique stickers that I got at Walmart, and I just cut them up and added those to give it a little texture to the page. And then I used my sparkle pen over areas to give it a little sparkle that I did on tracing paper. And then I just, these are the layered flaps and one of my envelopes. And I just create a little pocket here and a tag. And then this is just a stencil with the distress stain that I used here. I used a lot of the Concord Grape Distress inks. And then another one of the spell cards on an envelope. Let's see if I get a close up here. So all of this comes in the kit as well. And then more of the Owl Post stuff. This journal card comes in the kit. So does this paper, and then I showed you the stencil. I showed you the Owl Post card. And then this is just one of those little sticky note things from Walmart. This was already stitched in the book, this envelope. Again, I'm not sure where my mom got it from, but I think you could create a pocket and do a lot of stamping to get something similar if you wanted to create, you know, something like what she has here. And then here we have my version of what I kind of did was the Leaky Cauldron, but you don't see that there. And I did Nitro Butter Brew is what I had done. And this is called Leaky. So we have butter brew, pumpkin juice, and leaky latte. And one of the ephemera cards. Again, it's got the Nitro Butter Brew. I just created, or I attached it to one of the flaps that was stitched in the book. There's what I had done. And then I just fussy cut out the, from the page, the butter brew and pumpkin spice beer floats. And then there is one of the pages. It's got the Wizard's World. And here is my version of Hagrid. Let's see if I can get a close-up. And I called him the Gentle Giant. It says, kindred spirit, loyal friend, a man who never went looking for trouble, but trouble would most likely find him. Oh, I can show you this page. Kind of just threw it in there. I was running out of time. There's so much more I wanted to do to this book. First of all, I was running out of room. It was exploding as it was, so I needed to stop. But I really could have, like I said, spent forever on it, I think. So there's that paper. That's how that looks. And I will put him back in here. And more of the owl post. Just little pockets here. And just cut out the logo from one of the papers. And here's one of the envelopes. Again, I did it, this one I did on vellum. This I printed on vellum paper. And then here's one of the little cards that comes in the kit. And this ephemera card does as well. And there is one of the tracing paper. They're one of the papers in the collection. Sticky note airmail envelopes. Again, I just loved these. They're perfect. And then I just created this little flap here and a little door. And this I just cut out from one of the papers that comes in the collection. And then the stamp that I had is not the destination but the journey. I love that stamp. I'm not sure. I'll try to list the stamps I used, but a lot of them, they're older. I don't think you could even get most of them anymore. But I will do my best to check and see if I can find which brands those were that I used. Here's one of the charm cards. Called it Quill Jinx. Writing charm. Writes down what you speak. There is my version of him. So I get a close up. And then I got a raven above, and here's one of the spell cards, called it Raven's Claw. Just attached it to part of a manila file folder that I had left over. And this is a sticky Jolie's Dimensional Clock sticker that I used there. And the LeBlanc skull stamp, which is discontinued, unfortunately, and I had quite a few for sale, but I did sell them all. I still have some other LeBlanc stamps, though, available on site, and they're all like 50–60% off, so they're wonderful to use. They're different, but I love using them. Even ones that I wouldn't think I would like or use, I end up using them, and they end up becoming some of my favorite stamps. And we're finally getting to the end here. And here's another one of the Quibbler. Here's the lined paper part, lined paper half of that page. And then just a stamp here that I did. And then another journal card that comes in the kit. That is the end of my book. It turned out huge. I hope you enjoyed this, and please, like always, if you have any questions, just shoot me an email, and thank you so much for watching.